1220 KBET.
Santa Clarita in the year 2000.
Dick Millman, president of HR Textron here in the Santa Clarita Valley. Dick, your company is a leader in technology locally, something very important to our future here in the Santa Clarita Valley as we look to the year 2000. Tell us a little about HR Textron.
We manufacture control systems for commercial and military aircraft and military missiles. Both of those businesses, as you know, have been decreasing substantially in the last 5 to 6 years. We have a total of 750 employees, about 200 in Pacoima, and the rest are here in the Santa Clarita Valley.
Dick, what is HR Textron's outlook towards the year 2000?
It's clear to me that the military aerospace business is in a decline that will continue probably for a few more years and then level out. That's a permanent decline in my view, at least for the next 10 or 20 years. So our level of business in the military will be going down. The commercial aerospace business is on a severe decline right now, not unexpected since it's a cyclical, capital-intensive industry, and if history proves to be correct, the commercial aerospace business will grow again starting in about 1996 or 97. So we should see a resurgence in that part of the business. For us, if commercial comes back but military stays down, that means we would be a smaller business, and that's not acceptable for us. We have a major diversification activity going on to convert our products from strictly aerospace use to industrial use and automotive use. We've already brought some of those products to market. We're in the process of doing some joint developments with other companies. And we've put in a bid to the government for industrial conversion funds. And if that's successful, that will accelerate that process.
Well, what are some of your future products at HR Textron?
One of our component products is called a servo valve. And those control valves that control hydraulic or pneumatic systems are used both in aerospace and in the industrial and automotive world. So we are developing products for the industrial world and for the automotive world that involve control valves, involve composite structures, involve some fuel components, things that we presently are good at, but we can take that technology and convert it to industrial purposes.
Dick Millman, president of HR Textron. Dick, do you hope to have more employees towards the end of this decade by the year 2000?
It was a great pleasure for us a few months ago to start hiring. After 3 years of continual decline, we had won enough new development programs, both military and commercial, that we needed to increase our staff, and we added a relatively few people. 1993 appears to be the bottom year of a cycle. Our backlog is up at a 15-month high. Our bookings are ahead of plan. So we expect next year and the year following to be modest growth, but nevertheless growth instead of shrinking. That will mean growth in jobs, but the job growth will come a little more slowly than the production growth because of productivity improvements we made. But I would hazard a guess, and this is a real guess, that within 5 or 6 years the company will be significantly larger both in business volume and in staff.
What kinds of skills or qualifications will HR Textron be needing in the future?
The engineering staff skills will be about the same. We have very highly talented mechanical and electrical engineers, as well as some scientists, chemists, and the like. In terms of production skills, we have some very highly skilled manufacturing people, machinists, assembly people. We will continue to require those high skills, but as we move into higher volume production, while the skill levels will be high, they will be not as high as they currently are. In high volume production, one tends to use more machine-made parts than handmade parts.
We're speaking with Dick Millman, president of HR Textron, a high-tech leader here in the Santa Clarita Valley. Dick, how about the outlook for high-tech businesses moving to the Santa Clarita Valley? Some California companies have been moving out of state lately.
Well, we have hopes that the state government will change some of its rules and regulations that will foster high-tech companies moving here or growing here or deciding to stay here. The present environment is such that many companies have moved, are moving, will continue to move. HR Textron has no plans to move. We have quite a bit of facilities here, and we also have skills that we depend on, and to recreate those skills elsewhere would be very expensive and I think not fruitful. So we plan to stay, but I think to attract other high-tech businesses here will require some significant changes in state rules and regulations. I think local control is frankly minimal. I think that there are some things that can be done, but off the top of my head I couldn't cite what they would be. We have excellent relationships with all of the other members of the industrial park and with the local government, and I don't think we've had a single instance where there has been a hindrance on their part. Now, if you want to talk about the water board, the air board, all the environmental regulations, not that they aren't trying to help us, but the regulations get in the way.
Dick, tell us about your company's community involvement. I've seen Textron involved in a lot of activities here in the Santa Clarita Valley.
Virtually every one of my executives is involved in one or more of the major charity or educational or healthcare institutions in the valley or in the places they live. We're quite proud of that. I've asked them to try and accept a leadership role in no more than one or two so they have enough time to do business. Personally, I've been supporting the Child Development Center. My wife is becoming active in that as well. She's very energetic in such things. But as a company, we've always been a strong supporter in the community affairs, and we'll continue to be.
Dick Millman, president of HR Textron, a high-tech technology leader here in the Santa Clarita Valley, with his perspective on Santa Clarita Valley by the year 2000.